All right, let's talk about something that's really shaking up the world of B2B sales. What if you could totally skip the prospecting grind and just have qualified, ready to talk sales appointments appear on your calendar? And what if you only had to pay for the ones that actually happened? Sounds pretty good, right? Well, let's get into how that actually works. So, let's start with a question that, if you're a sales manager, probably feels a little too real. You've got these amazing closers on your team, people who are absolute experts at sealing the deal. But what are they actually spending their day on? If you look closely, you might find they're spending most of it just chasing down leads, making cold calls, basically not closing. And look, this isn't just a hunch. The data is pretty staggering. A whopping 80% of a sales team's time can be wasted on activities that never, ever lead to a closed deal. Think about that. That's like working Monday through Thursday for nothing, hoping something pans out on Friday. It's a huge drain on your team, their morale, and your bottom line. So what this all points to is a pretty simple fact. The old way of doing things is fundamentally broken. The traditional model for setting appointments forces your most expensive, most valuable people, your closers, to do all the exhausting grunt work of prospecting. And that's just not what they're best at. And you can really see the difference right here. On the one hand, you have the traditional agencies. You know the deal. You're paying a big monthly retainer, crossing your fingers, with absolutely no guarantee of performance. You might wait weeks just to get one meeting. But on the other side, this concierge model completely flips that. You only pay for appointments that happen. It's totally based on performance, and you start seeing real results in days, not months. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the fix? Well, that's where this whole pay-per appointment model comes into play. Let's break down what it is and how it actually fixes this core issue for sales teams. The heart of this whole thing is what's called a concierge business development rep. But don't just think of this as hiring another person. It's way more than that. Think of it as plugging in a complete end-to-end system, a machine, really, that does all the heavy lifting. It finds the perfect prospects, qualifies them, and then puts those ready-to-close meetings right on your team's calendar. And this, right here, is the absolute game changer. It's the core promise. You are not paying for effort. You're not paying for a list of leads. You are paying for one thing and one thing only: a qualified decision maker showing up to a meeting. All the risk is taken off your plate. So you're probably wondering, how is that even possible? How can anyone guarantee calls? Well, it's not magic. It comes down to a really fine-tuned four-step process that beautifully blends technology with actual human expertise. Okay, so here's how the engine works. First, we use AI to scan the market and pull a list of over 500 ideal potential clients for you every week. Then, automated outreach campaigns start contacting those people across different channels. But, and this is so important, the automation just starts the conversation. Step 3 is where our human team steps in. They talk to the interested leads, make sure they're a legitimate qualified fit, and then they book the meeting. And finally, step 4, you just get the result, the completed call that you then pay for. It's the perfect mix of high-tech scale and high-touch qualification. Look, a slick process is one thing, but does it actually deliver the goods? That's the real question, isn't it? Well, the proof is right there in the pipeline. And what's really cool is seeing how well this works across so many different types of B2B businesses. And just take a look at these results. For a B2B software company that just needed a steady stream of demos, this process drove 2.5 million rand in closed business. For a healthcare tech company trying to get in front of top executives, it led to 3 massive deals worth over 4.5 million rand each. And for a fintech company, they saw a 40% conversion rate from these appointments to actual closed sales. I mean, those numbers are just incredible. So how is this kind of performance even possible? It all comes down to the guarantees, and they're designed to be incredibly simple, super clear, and to completely de-risk the entire thing for you. First off, the volume guarantee. This isn't some vague hope. It's a hard promise. You are guaranteed a minimum of 10 qualified sales calls on your calendar every single month. Second, what does it cost to get started? To get this entire machine up and running for you, the answer is zero. Nothing. No setup fees, no retainers, no upfront cash at all. And third, you get to see it work before you commit to anything. You get a full 30-day free trial to watch the appointments roll in and prove the value for yourself before you ever spend a single rand. So let's just put this all together, because this zero-risk proposition is pretty incredible. You get a 30-day trial with absolutely no payment upfront. You only pay for qualified meetings that actually happen. You're guaranteed to get at least 10 of those a month. And there are no scary long-term contracts. You can cancel anytime you want. It's hard to imagine an offer that puts more power in your hands. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. For just a second, forget about the uncertainty and the grind of traditional prospecting. Just picture this. It's next month, and you already have 10, maybe more, guaranteed meetings with qualified buyers sitting on your calendar. What would that kind of predictability, that kind of pipeline, do for your team, your revenue, and honestly, for your own peace of mind?